Myself and a few of the guys on ZMan's team created the ultimate drop shot worm, but it's not only a killer drop shot worm. There's also a couple of other favorite ways that I like to fish it. But first things first, drop shot is definitely the #1 way that I like to fish the Longshotz. It's got a little bit of a fatter head and a tapered construction, so it's got tons of movement. The bait's moving underwater even when you're not shaking it. The fatter head allows you to nose hook it like I've got it right here, or you can also rig it on like a Texas style, like a little straight shake, rebarb style hook if you'd like to fish it that way, or if you're fishing it in cover. It's even got a little hook slot on the top to help keep you lined up if you want to run your hook exposed on a nose hook. But when it comes to drop shot fishing, twilight has got to be my favorite color for it. It's hard to pick a favorite color for just fishing on the drop shot, but day in, day out, largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass, shallow, deep, whatever the case, twilight is definitely the go-to color on that. Another way that I like to fish the Longshotz, a way that I've had a lot of success this spring fishing it, is just on a weighted Wacky, Wacky hook. Bait's got a ton of action. The color that I usually reach for when I'm throwing it on a weighted Wacky head is called Hot Snakes. It's a green pumpkin with like a watermelon, like a light chartreuse watermelon belly. It's got some flake in it. It's a perfect imitation of like what I would say would be a bluegill or any just little shoreline forage, perch, stuff like that. It's a great bait. It works really good around shallow, spawning fish, or if you're throwing around boat docks, places that bluegill might be hanging out. Had a lot of luck. Thing's got a ton of action and a very, real, just natural finesse look to it. So we're finishing up this little video talking about my favorite ways to fish the new Longshot. And while we're doing a little battery change in the camera, to catch one on, my third and final favorite way to fish the Longshotz is on a shaky head. And a lot of people just look at the worm and they think it's just for drop shot fishing. It's not at all the case. A lot of time went into designing this worm to make sure that it was just like the perfect all-around worm for all scenarios. A lot of us like to fish a 6-inch straight tail style worm, on drop shots and wacky heads and shaky heads and all that. But one of the reasons behind having a fatter head on the Longshotz is so that it holds up perfectly, stays straight on a collar of the shaky head, and the bait stays up tail up off the bottom, and it's a killer bait. It's become probably one of my favorite ones on a shaky head, and this color without a doubt is probably the most versatile one in the line in my opinion. It's called Bubble Gut. Green pumpkin with some black and red flakes, got a real light pinkish red belly to it. Works in clear water, works in stained water, but either way, Longshotz, in my opinion, is probably the most versatile bait in ZMan's Elastec lineup. If you want to find out more information about them, you can look them up at zmanfishing.com. But I would suggest you get you a pack, regardless of how you want to fish it. I guarantee you'll have a lot of luck with it. So good luck, catch them up.